Assalamualaikum. Please do the answer. Alright. So for discussion, like I mentioned, is the for ELC. Right? It consists of 30% percentage, which is the biggest percentage of all assessment. Alright. For this forum discussion, you may this is actually a group work. Alright. Consists of 5 to 6 members in the group. Alright. You're going to present an issue for 25 to 30 minutes. Alright. The issue is going to be an argumentative topic. You are going to choose for the topic, and definitely you may need to contact me. Alright. This is because I don't want to have two group or three group presenting on the same topic. Okay. Again, I would like you to work in between 5 to 6 members in the group, and you're going to present the ideas in between 25 to 30 minutes. Alright. You are going to find an argumentative topic, and it's going to be an issue to be discussed during the forum discussion. Okay, what are the things that you're going to discuss during the forum discussion? You are to talk about critical reading elements, right? So these critical reading elements are to be discussed and reflected during the forum. These are the ideas that you're going to present. Number one, panel members' argument on an issue. So the issue comes from the topic. The topic is your issue. The topic is the problem. Hence, you're going to discuss about the issue. Number two, reasons given to support the argument. Definitely, when you are presenting something, you need to get the fact. Where are you going to get the fact? From the research. You may somehow support your ideas by getting research from newspaper, magazine, or might be journal article. Hence, you may need to also submit a portfolio consisting of all the research that you have read in order for you to support this issue. Okay, number three, evidence type of support to support the argument. Like I mentioned just now, the portfolio is going to be the evidence, all right, the platform to gather all the evidences that you have in order for you to support your issue. For example, you would like to talk about COVID-19 vaccine, all right. Hence, in order for you to support the ideas, all right, you may need to find many journal articles in order for you to support the topic, to support the issue. Alright, so number four, evaluation, validity, objectivity, credibility of evidence provided. Like I mentioned just now, it should come from a fact. It should come from a fact. So when we talk about fact, definitely it should come from a sources that is valid, alright, and show credibility. It should comes from journal article or might be newspaper, and definitely there will be somebody else who also run the test or run the research beforehand. Alright, it should not come from your own point of view. If you would like to state your point of view, you should always support your point of view with somebody else research. Alright, the idea should come from the previous researcher. Alright, hence definitely you can have your point of view, however it should be supported by previous research. Alright, and the last one, number five, please remember that this is not a debate, but a discussion sharing opposing views and point on an issue. I just would let you to know that this is not a debate, it's just a discussion. Alright, one of the members should somehow come up with should somehow propose a topic, and some of the members from the group could also agree with you, but definitely there will be some of you would disagree with the topic. So you are going to discuss, and then at the end of the day, you're going to refute the point and find the dominant ideas, alright, to conclude the topic. Okay. Alright, so these are the suggestions on numbers of points for the forum discussion. Alright, number one, students' own argument. There will be one of you will start the discussion and you will somehow present your own argument. Alright, and then three reasons to support the argument. You have your argument, you're going to throw the argument. In order for you to support the argument, you're going to give us three reasons. Alright, however, like I mentioned just now, that three reasons should come from the fact. It should come from the journal article, newspaper, or magazine. If you would like to share your point of view, there is no problem. But again, it should be supported by facts. Alright. And then number three, unlimited, up to the students. Number of supporting points evident to support the reason given. Alright, definitely you have three reasons. In order for you to support the reason, you need to come up with the supporting points or evidence. You have as many as you would like to have. However, check on the duration, check on the time. I don't want you to use more time and then the rest would have limited time to present their point. Okay, and then last one, note that reasons and evidence used must come from reading. Again, please read journal article, and the reason and the evidence should come from the journal article that you have read just now. Alright, okay, the next one, format of the discussion. Alright, so the discussion basically consists of three parts. Okay, number one, presentation of argument, opinion. Okay, reasons and evidence by each panelist. So when it is time for you to speak up, you present the argument. What is the argument? Then after you have presented your argument, you need to come up with the reason. With the reason why do you choose for that argument, and then you are going to come up with the supporting details where you're going to present the evidence in order for you to support the reason just now. Alright. Number two, reaction to each other points on reason and evidence again. Definitely, you have the time for you to speak up your point, and then we are going to move to the second presenter, third presenter, and the rest. Always try to react to each other point. After the first presenter presented the point, might be one of you like to say, I agree with your point, I would like to suggest this, blah 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 blah. Alright, this is how it works. You're not going to give fully, alright, solely to that person to speak up, and then after that we're going to move to the second point without any reaction to the other's point. You need to always react to the other's point. I do agree with your point. I am sorry, I am disagree with your point. I would like to suggest this, blah blah blah. Or might be you would like to say, that's a good idea, by the way. Thank you for presenting. That is also what we call as a reaction too. Alright, it is depend to you on how you're going to react to that issue. Alright, number three, answering question from the audience. Alright, these are the three, the three format of forum discussion. The first one you're going to present, and then you're going to react to each other point. Number three, this is going to be after you have presented your forum discussion. You're going to open the floor for a Q&A session. Hence, for this particular assessment, I may need everyone to be in that Google Meet in that session. I am really sorry, but that's how it works, right? Okay, the next one, introduction by forum mediator and moderator. Okay, during that forum discussion, like I mentioned previously, I would like to have in between 4 to 6 members in a group, alright? However, there will be for example, we're going to pretend that we have 6 members in the group. There will be the 7th member who is going to be the moderator. The moderator should not come from that group, it should come from the other class member. Hence, you are going to, you're going to choose one of the members from the class to help you to be the moderator. Okay, this moderator will help to introduce panel members briefly, alright, and then you may introduce the topic to be discussed, okay, and the third one to indicate to the audience to the beginning of the forum and open to Q&A session at the end of the forum, okay, of one question or a max of 2 from the audience for all panelists to answer. Alright, we're not going to take too many questions because you need to remember that this is actually a live session presentation and everyone should be in the class, alright, in the virtual class to listen to your presentation, and we don't want to waste a lot of time, we don't want to waste a lot of internet data and everything. So please make sure to have to throw at least one question to the panelists, alright, apa tu, students, alright, you need to throw at least one question or maximum two questions. If you do not have question from the floor, then the question will come from me. Alright, okay, so indicate to the audience the duration of forum, blah blah blah. So these are the forum mediator or moderator's role. Okay, like I mentioned just now, for example, we have 6 members in the group. There will be 7 members. It comes from apa tu, your classmate from the class, alright. He or she will help you to be the moderator in order to introduce the panel members, introduce the topic, as well as to read or to read, or might be the question is actually asked in the chat pane, and the moderator is going to read the question, or might be you can on your mic and then ask question, and the moderator will somehow simplify the questions and try to discuss with try to relate with the panelists. Okay, alright, so this is going to be the tips on how the presentation should be. Okay, so presentation of argument and support by panel members. Remember, there are 3 parts of the what does it call, the forum discussion. The first one is actually the presentation of argument. Students from both sides of the panel put forward their own argument on an issue on the selected topic. Example of language expression. My argument is, my view on this topic is that. Okay, we are going to pretend that we have 6 members in the group. So 3 members would somehow suggest, would somehow propose, and the other 3 would somehow oppose to the topic. That's why we are going to have students from both sides of the panel put forward their own argument on the selected topic. Again, 3 to oppose, 3 to propose. Okay. One of the example of language expression that you use, my argument is, or my view on this topic is that, blah 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 blah. Okay, so students support their point of view is written and followed by evidence from the article they have read. Okay, provide reason by given they provide reason given by expert and evidence in the form of an author's opinion, claims or argument that are similar to theirs or these finding statistic aspect opinion mentioned in the article. Okay, as mentioned, you need to, if you would like to present your point of view, there is no problem, but please make sure that it follow by the evidence from the article that you have read. Okay, so this is going to be the example, or these are going to be the example of language expression that you may use based on the article that I have read or studied. The author's, the name of the author's blah 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 indicates a similar point of view, or he mentioned that blah blah blah, or might be according to the author of blah blah blah. So this is going to be the ideas on how you can somehow present your forum discussion. Okay, presentation of argument and support by panel members. Okay, this is going to be second tips mentioned by panel members. Alright, after the panelists have put forward their points, remember number 1 just now, the first presenter had presented a point. Okay, now it's time for the second presenter to present his or her point. So after the panelists have put forward their point, panelists from the opposing side can react to the other panel member's point of view, reason to support his or her argument, evidence he or she should to support the argument. Remember that we have 2 groups just now. You have 6 members in the group, so 3 is going to oppose and 3 is going to propose. Alright, just now might be the first presenter is somehow proposing on the topic that you are choosing. Okay, hence the second presenter is going to oppose. Alright, so these are going to be the language expression that you would like to use. What evidence does the author in the article provide to support his stand, or can the evidence be proven? So you would like to ask question. Okay, here you can ask question. You can also present your point. I'm so sorry, I disagree with your point. I would like to suggest blah blah blah. It can be that way too, or might be we just like to throw questions. Alright, what evidence does the author in the article provide to support his stand? Okay, so this particular idea could be answered by the first presenter, alright, who is actually proposed the topic just now, or might be the second presenter from the opposing team would like to also answer the question. Proposing team would like to answer the question. That's no problem. Okay. So 3-3. Okay. So the first presenter from A it is going to be this easy. For example, we have A, we have B. So A propose, B oppose. So A1, A2, A3. One of the first member, A1. She somehow proposing the topic, blah 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 blah. Once she had finished, she had completed the presentation. B1, which is the from the opposed team just now. Okay, he asked question. So A1 can answer the question, or might be 2 or 3 would like to help. That is no problem. Okay, all right. Okay, so next, like I mentioned just now, students can react by agreeing, disagreeing, questioning the credibility, validity, objectivity of the other panel members' reason, evidence used to support their views, argument presented earlier by the opposite side of the panel. Alright, you can also seek clarification on reason or evidence by asking for the sources of the evidence. Okay. Alright, so note, students can even agree with point put forward by panelists who have a different view, argument, and explain why. So this is the example of expression that you would like to use. I think the evidence is weak because the evidence you mentioned sound valid because although I have a different argument as the evidence that you put forward because blah 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 blah. So you can use this expression for you to throw your point, whether to disagree or whether to agree. That's your call. Alright, so now we are actually at the conclusion. Okay. So conclusion of the forum, the mediator or the moderator, okay, will invite questions of a response or feedback from the floor and bring the forum to a close. Alright, when we open the Q&A session to the floor, might be some of you do not have question to ask, but you would like to add to some of the point. Yes, we also accept that. However, like I mentioned just now, please do not simplify your question. Please simplify your question because we don't want to waste a lot of time. We have many panel members to present the point. Okay, so all panelists must answer the question. All panelists all panelists will answer the questions. Alright, and then Q&A session with the audience. The audience is allowed to ask any of both sides. Alright, of the panel at least one question or provide some comment or feedback like I mentioned just now. Alright, ensure participation from the audience. So I'll take note. Alright, I'll take note. Who's the one asking question? Who's the one who somehow would like to comment on something? I'll take note on that. Might be when I mark your script and everything, and I think you are lack of 1, 2, or 3 marks, then I will use the evidence of your participation to add to some of the marks to make sure that you will get other grade. Alright. Okay. So this is going to be the role of panel member. Alright. Number 1, the panel member will prepare in advance for the forum by reading about the subject. Okay, you choose the topic and then you're going to read the topic. Okay, so discuss with panel members beforehand and prepare the respective outlines. Avoid putting down other members of the opposing panel. Instead, discuss the subject matter in an objective manner without being emotional. That's why this is not going to be a debate. Because sometimes debate involve emotion. You have your own stance and you would like people to believe in your stance. Hence, it's going to be a persuasive speech whereby you would like to persuade everyone to believe in your stance. That's not how it works. This is a discussion. You should be open, listening to other discussion, to other point of view. Alright. Do not somehow come up with intense situation. You should avoid any emotional incident. Okay. So always maintain eye contact when addressing the panel members or the audience. Ensure that the audience listen to what is being said by being and effective in one views during the discussion. All right. Use your emotion. I mean, you are not going to be that emotional, all right, during the discussion. However, you should somehow portray that you are happy to listen. You are the enthusiastic. You have this. You are enthusiastic to listen to whatever that the ideas discussed. You are open to listen to whatever ideas throwing. Okay. Alright, so while a student speak, the member of the forum should listen and then go straight to the point. Do not dominate the discussion, please. Like I mentioned just now, do not waste your time talking, rambling around the bushes about one particular idea. Please go straight to the point because we don't want you to take some other members' time because you will be given only 5 minutes each to discuss, since the discussion is going to be between 25 to 30 minutes only. Alright? Okay, so this is going to be the role of moderator. Like I mentioned just now, the moderator should come from your classmate. It should not somehow in the group. Hence, you need to nominate anyone from the class to help you to be the moderator. So introduce the participant properly, noting their expertise on the subject to be discussed. Okay, look at the word expertise on the subject to be discussed. Alright, for example, the topic is going to be on COVID-19, COVID-19, the vaccine of COVID-19, contoh. Alright, so might be you would like to invite Professor Unggul blah 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 from hospital blah blah blah. So what's the expertise of the Professor Unggul blah blah blah? So you can somehow put your name on that particular day as a Professor Unggul, Hajah, whatever that you would like to do. Alright, and then you should also inform the moderator what is your expertise. Or might be some of you would like to put your name as Cikgu. No problem. Okay, might be during that discussion, the panel comes from the hospital, come from the higher institution, Dr. blah blah blah, or might be comes from the school, and you would like to also invite students. For example, I have no problem on that particular day, so you can somehow be anyone that you would like to do, anyone that you would like to be on that particular day. Boleh berlakon lah. Alright, so provide an overview of the discussion. Okay, ensure that all participants are heard. The moderator can interfere whenever he or she speaks. Might be she has taken a lot of time during the discussion. You can stop the panel, and yeah, you can somehow give other panel to present their point. Alright, so the last one, invite panel members to a Q&A session and bring the forum to a close. That are the role of moderator. Okay, like I mentioned just now, you can be anyone you would like to be on a particular day. You can, if you like to be Shah Muzaffar, if you like to be siapa, Johnny Depp, I don't care. Alright, I'm going to just give marks, and I would like to see how how you come up with the point and everything. Alright, present well, inshallah. I just would like to suggest to work on this today. Alright, suggest your topic, and then you can somehow find as many evidence, alright, might be from the newspaper, magazine, or what does it call, journal article, alright. You can have a portfolio. Please somehow use our Padlet, not my Padlet. You can create your own Padlet and share your Padlet link. I will somehow uh, how am I supposed to say? I will somehow uh, create a box, all right, create a box in Padlet, whereby you can share the link of your own Padlet, whereas the Padlet is going to be your portfolio. You may include all the evidence that you have found in order for you to support your evidence during the forum discussion, right? Okay, so that's all for forum discussion. All right. So thank you very much for listening to this explanation. If you have any doubt, please do not hesitate to contact me. All right. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.